What's up guys, Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. In this one I'm going to be giving my very initial thoughts on the Omega level threat family reunion mission, including the mechanics, rewards, and everything in between. Before we do, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help out the channel and I do greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first Omega level threat is finally here, and it is the Super Adaptoid mission. Now, at the time of this video releasing, the launch of the mission is 1 day away. So I will say, take all of this with a grain of salt because we won't truly know how this mission is until we play it ourselves. And I also didn't want to race to get this video out without really thinking about some of the decisions they made with this mission. I've been seeing, tons of content creators racing videos out as soon as the Omega level threat was announced, calling out all its flaws, and I think some of the criticism right now is a little knee-jerk and premature. That said, I have my own opinions on what I think will not work well in this mission and things I think CD needs to do better at. So let's start with the loot. So there are two things about the new loot. One is that you can only get 2 exotic pieces per week, akin to a weekly questline type reward, similar to what we have now for the Mega Hive. The other thing is that the perks are complete garbage. All right, so your weekly completion awards 2 Omega exotic pieces to the character that you completed it on. One will always be a melee or ranged piece, and the other will always be defense or heroic. A lot of people are salty that you could only get these rewards once per week, but honestly, I'm fine with that. That's exactly how the Mega Hive works now, as well as the new Monica mission. Pretty much any game with raid type end game content, these games only allow the pinnacle drops to be awarded once a week. So I really don't have as big of a problem with that as, a lot of people seem to. What I do have a problem with is how little you get on subsequent runs. Every completion after the first one gives you 1 ISO and 10 upgrade modules. That is less than opening a DNA chest in a vault mission. It's pathetically low. I'm totally fine with not getting the exotics more than once, but for the love of God, give us something to grind for over and over. Maybe a bunch of random rolled legendaries, maybe a small chance of exotics, including exotics from the last Avengers standing or the Mega Hive. Hell, even a big chunk of champion XP would be worth it. Something, for God's sakes. As someone who plans to play these types of missions over and over, especially on stream with viewers, it's a little upsetting to get basically 0 for your efforts every completion except for the first. The next gripe I have is with the gear perks they're offering. Let me just read them out one by one. Cosmic Aura. Generate a temporary aura of cosmic energy that restores willpower for any teammate within range. Cosmic Surge, dealing damage while a buff is active, restores a small amount of willpower and heroic energy. So we've already seen this on minor ISOs. Cosmic Payload, launch a payload missile that deals cosmic damage to the target, probably pretty similar to a PIM payload or shield payload. Cosmic Lethal Empowerment, chance to grant a burst of intrinsic energy when defeating an enemy under the cosmic status effect. Okay, that's just an intrinsic burst. There's a lot easier ways to get intrinsic burst currently. Cryo Lethal Protection. Here's another one. Chance to grant a defense buff when defeating an enemy under the cryo status effect. Again, just a defense buff. Defense buff is great. There's a lot easier ways to get it than defeating an enemy under a cryo status. And then Reactive Payload. Chance to launch an explosive payload missile at the enemy upon you taking damage. So I'm not really sure what that is. We already have reactive shield payload and reactive pin payload. I guess this is just reactive payload. Overall, these are just the ones that they showed in the blog post. Maybe there are more, but all of these that I just read out are hilariously bad. I'm open to the idea that I'm overlooking something powerful, so I'll have to see these perks in action, but nothing here is new or exciting, and you'll not catch me dead equipping a piece that triggers on me being revived. That's simply not going to happen. Overall, these new gear perks are stale. They are just a twist on existing perks that we already have now. This is nothing to be excited over. It's pretty unfortunate that, even for the one drop a week or 2 drops a week that we do get, most of the gear that you're going to see that you're going to get is going to be pretty useless to your character, and that's really unfortunate to see. Really, CD needs to just do better with new perks moving forward. And my final gripe on this mission will be how it has a Tachyon Rift style timer attached to it. This is extremely upsetting. I'm sure some people watching may be of the mindset that the timer will add to the difficulty, but what it actually does is take you away from what is exciting combat as just kind of a minor annoyance, and gives heroes with more mobility an automatic leg up in this mission. It won't be the end of the world, but forcing timed missions and speed running is never really a good idea in any video game. There are always ways to add other types of difficulty to a mission while still making slower, tankier characters viable options. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'll have a more thorough review of the mission once I've played it a few times, as well as a few updated build guides specifically built for this mission, so be on the lookout for those. But let me know your thoughts on this mission, how it could have been better executed, and as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.